Kitty. Here's Kitty.
Hiya! How are we doing? Hiya, gang, how are we doing? It's me. Oh, lovely, lovely. I do love that sound of applause. It's like nectar, isn't it? It is like nectar to a honeybee like me. Hiya, it's me. It's Kitty. Kitty Cassis. Cassis like the dark, sweet, viscous, slightly sickly liqueur. Only tolerable in very small doses. Hiya! How are we doing? Welcome to episode 4 of this audio podcast with a visual element. And I must urge you, gang, to seek out the visual element because I've actually got my niece Ellie. She's producing for me this week. Hiya, cock! You alright? Oh, hiya. Now, do you know what? Oh, I'm absolutely smashing, Treasure, and I want to thank you for doing this. Ellie is, she lost a bet in the pub, and that's why she's having to do this with me today. But I do appreciate it, Treasure. I mean, she's probably, I think I think you've got your eye on like the greyhound racing on another screen. She's also doing some Bloomberg trading at the same time. Aren't you? Good luck with that, Treasure. Oh, may the spirit of the Irish and the luck of the Irish be with you. We are persisting with this venture. It's Calling Kitty. And, we're a bit like a reoccurring cold sore, that just refuses to go away. And we are undeterred by liberal applications of Zavirax. We will just keep coming back and stinging you and annoying you and obstructing any chance of you administering oral sex. Do you know what? The last few episodes I've done, I'm sure if you've listened to this at all 14 of you out there have listened, and one of you is in Russia, so whatever's going on out there, I do look at the statistics occasionally, but if you've listened to me so far, it is very off the hoof. It's very off the cuff. It's improvised, and it's just literally me plucking ideas out of the air. And that is how I roll. It's how I've rolled since 1943. And it's got me this far so far. But I did think I'm going to write a few bits down. Do you know what I mean? I want you to have your bang for your buck, even though this is absolutely completely free of charge. I do want to make sure that I've at least put some thought into it beforehand. So, Calling Kitty, it's me new podcast. I'm dead excited about it. I've actually put a notice on an index card and put it on the cork board at the newsagents. That's had a lot of traction. Okay, I can see it again in the analytics. I can see it. Calling Kitty is for the person who has reached that stage in life where they need to shower after every bowel movement. And they've resigned themselves to living in a quilted navy caftan with flannel lining for easy access drying. Whether that is me or not, I couldn't possibly say. I mean, I'm doing Calling Kitty, but would I listen to Calling Kitty? You're damn right I bloody would. So welcome. If you've never listened before, welcome. I mean, it's not like there's a story arc. You don't need to have listened to episode 1 to 3 to get episode 4. We're just dropping into your life. We're dropping into your handheld device or your iPad, however you listen. Maybe you're watching this on a big screen on YouTube. I'm going to put the YouTube links in my notes so that you can follow me and get in touch and all that. And I did notice on Spotify, this podcast, Calling Kitty, has been classified as explicit. Now, I'm leaning into that, okay? So strap in and buckle up, okay? Just strap in. That's all I'm going to say to you. Now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you are well and life is bearable at this current time. Now, you may be on your local allotment. You might be proudly pruning your prize rhubarbs. They look fantastic, Treasure, by the way, well done. You might be carefully crafting a crochet blanket, concentrating on your hook technique with my dulcet tones blaring in your ears. God bless you. Shout out to anyone who is waiting for the number 34 bus, hoping to bump into that gorgeous human that you made eye contact with earlier in the week. That could be you. I mean, I know that it's quite niche, that, isn't it? But there'll be somebody there, stood there now going, Christ, is she watching me? Well, I am. I'm on every CCTV unit network across the country, across Europe. Let's put it that way. Remember that if you are hoping to bump into them again, admiration can soon tip over into stalking and harassment. So do bear that in mind. All right, I wouldn't want to be like cited in a court case for getting somebody into trouble, if you know what I mean. Now we have had so much lovely feedback about this podcast. I'm going to be honest with you. We've had loads of great things said about this little show, and I love it. Lots of wonderful, delicious 5-star ratings and suspiciously similar reviews. It's almost like one person has somehow accessed different people's accounts and dictated short, snappy, positive comments. I don't know how that could have possibly happened. Now, obviously, some of you may know, if you do need to reach out to me in any way, I'm on all the platforms. It's Hiya, It's Me, Kitty. That's HIYAITSMEKITTY. And I know that if you were listening a few episodes ago, I was trying to make an impromptu jingle about that. If there is anybody out there who likes a bit of a dabble on GarageBand, get in touch with me, okay? I would love a little HIYAITS MEKITTY. It's a bit convoluted. I see what you're saying, but composers out there, and I know I've got talented bloody people who listen to this podcast because that's who I attract. It's true. But yeah, get in touch with me. And I've actually also just purchased a domain name. It's almost like I've had Russian injection investment money. Isn't it? I've got new nails on, and I've just had my earlobes lifted. That wasn't cheap, I'll tell you. But I've just bought the domain name hiyaitsmekitty.com. And on there, I've got loads of great things that I'm selling at the moment. I've got great deals that I'm doing. I've got the Halo portable facial steamer with pivoting arm and 360-degree rotating head. It's as good as it sounds. Okay, that one is £32.50 RRP, but I'm actually doing it for 25 quid cash. Okay, so meet me at the King Billy. Now, Bernard's at the back table. We heard from him last week. I'll be actually in the conservatory, okay, because I prefer an area environs. Get in touch if you'd like to purchase any of that. As you know, I am a beautician by trade. I do a lot of stuff from the back bedroom. That's how I kind of do all of my clients. But what I'm also encouraging is, I'm not saying it's a pyramid scheme. No. But if people do want to sort of branch out on their own, get started on their own, there's nothing stopping you. You could actually do your own, you can do your own steaming at home. Nothing going to stop you from that. Our Vera did just put her head over the kettle and switched it on. I wouldn't recommend doing that. She's ended up with 6-degree burns. Didn't realise that was possible, but she has. She's in a right old state. The other thing that we're doing at the moment, I've got these great offers on at the moment. I've got the Clear You Out DIY colonic kit with a hands-free enema bag and deployable silicone hose. Now that is £135 RRP. I'm doing it for 80 quid cash. All right. It has become a bit like a Del Boy market stall at this point. Obviously, I want to bring you light. I want to bring you joy. I want to bring you nuggets of wisdom. But I also want to bring you great deals on all that you would need to start your own salon. And it could become that. It could be that I am actually an inspiration for young beauticians out there. Do you know what I mean? And then, I've got this as well. We've had a great big delivery. It's been a huge delivery come in. the Diamond Life microdermabrasion machine, which includes 10 galvanic rollers and 10 sponge filters with a metal mesh construction, so they are reusable. Okay. Again, get in touch, have a look at the website. Okay, now there is a little back door of the website. On the front page of my website, it's just all about me. Why wouldn't it be? Look at me, I'm bloody gorgeous. Another reason to search out the visual element of this podcast. But also, I'm doing deals. We have to do what we have to do, don't we, treasures? Do you know what I mean? To get to find some meaning. To find some meaning in life. Do you know what? I am just looking out of my window here. I've got a great spot here, treasures. I don't know if many of you know this, but I am the founding and only member of my neighbourhood watch. Okay, and I've got this great seat here, and out of my window I can see all the comings and goings. I live on a very pleasant but slightly rough cul-de-sac on the edge of a generic town in the northwest of England. Okay, and you can actually maybe write in and tell me where you think that I am. Don't get stalkerish though, don't get weird, all right? I do want this podcast to be a success. I want to get into everybody's eardrums, but I don't want people following me in the street, if you know what I mean, okay? But I've just seen now coming out, oh my God, look. Hiya, you alright? Yeah, that's Trevor and Mandy. Trevor and Mandy, they live at number 22. It looks like they're going shopping there. She's forgotten the bags for life. She sent him back in for the bags for life. Good for you, Mandy. Oh my God. So Trevor, let me tell you about Trevor. He's a bit of a cheeky chappy. He's got a deep fake tan. Silver fox vibes. Chest hair resembling a deep pile shag carpet. I knew I shouldn't have written any of this down. I should have just kept going off the top of my head, shouldn't I? I've given it some thought. He wears too much aftershave, treasures. Do you know the kind of man that I mean? You smell him before you see him. That's the kind of thing. He's got a look of Paul Hollywood, from Bake Off. You wouldn't bend over to check your Yorkshire puddings in front of him, though, if you get me drift. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely red flag territory. And Mandy, his partner, they're off now. Ta-ra! Mandy, she works at the council offices, so she's a civil servant. We need them, I guess. I mean, she always has a bit of a hostage look about her. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it worries me. She admires me rhododendrons, but I just wonder if she's asking for help. Do you know what I mean? Blink twice, Mandy, if you need me to call somebody. I don't want to be chatting on about me blooms when we've actually got a case of Stockholm Syndrome next door. Do you know what I mean? Actually, talking about, I think she's coming in for a bikini wax on the 17th. Oh, God, that'll be a big job, actually. I better order some more muslin sheets for that. Oh, God, they're back. Hiya. You don't think they would have I hope they haven't heard this. I told you that everyone on the cul-de-sac has kind of started their own podcast for some reason out of bloody nowhere. I have to be really careful. I might have to start changing names. I mean, that's what they say, isn't it? Once people start getting successful, they can't just start slagging everyone off anymore. And, that might be me. That would be a luxury problem, wouldn't it, Cock? Now we've got some voicemails in, and we've been contacted. Ellie, have you got? Should we listen to some of the voicemails, Treasure? Let's just listen to some of the voicemails, shall we? Who's calling me? Let's see. It'll be somebody to say how great I am, I think. Very, very likely.
Hello, this is a message for Kitty Cassis. I'm not sure if you've got a customer services department, but I've ordered the DIY Clear You Out colonic kit off your website, and it's arrived this morning, and it's just a garden hose with a bottle of Dettol, and I'm absolutely fuming, to be honest. I mean, it's not even a new garden hose. It's actually used. It's got like bits of mud on it.
Oh my God.
And that's not what was on the picture on your website. I'm feeling a bit ripped off, to be honest. I don't know if Kitty will hear this or if somebody can send it on to her. But, it wasn't cheap.
Right.
And I wanted to send it back and get a
Right.
refund, but it's actually more expensive to send it back. So can somebody get in touch with me? It's Natasha from Southport.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm originally from Liverpool, but I moved to Southport. So, I need like resolution on this. Do you know what I mean? If somebody could get back to me, all right.
Oh my God. Right. Okay. Listen, if you've got any complaints about any of the services or products that you get from hireitsmekitty.com Limited, please don't use this podcast forum to vent your wares and vent your spleens. You know, there is a proper channel for that. Now, I don't know if she's maybe getting mixed up with something else that she's used. It was Natasha, wasn't it? So Natasha, it clearly states on the small print, I think it's a Times New Roman font, and it is in 6, so it is quite small. You would need your glasses to be able to see that. It does state clearly that everything included in the Clear You Out colonic DIY gastric band kit, what we're doing, we're being environmentally friendly, okay, and we're reusing bits that we find around the house, okay. You know, if you want to go to a salon and get stuff done, then obviously you can do that, treasure. That's going to cost you a lot more than what you've paid there. Now, as I said, I don't want to. This is a customer services department issue, if I'm honest, and I am just getting the customer service. It's not the best advertisement, is it, for my products and services, having somebody who's not happy? I mean, this is the thing, isn't it, treasure? I'm sure a lot of you will be listening now. You might work in a call centre, you might work in retail. Dealing with the unwashed masses it's taxing, isn't it? It's a pain in the ass is what it is. And I mean, we are members of the public, but we have to deal with members of the public. And you're going to get your Karens, you're going to get your Natashas out there, aren't you? I would suggest pack it all up, Natasha. I will get our Ron. He's got the van actually this afternoon. I'll get him to come to Southport. I'll get him to collect it. And let's just never darken each other's doorsteps again, okay? I can get you some free vouchers for the lid lift and brow lamination, and that will have to sort of suffice, okay? Especially, I mean, I would also like to see some proof of purchase, Natasha, okay? Because this is my reputation on the line as well. I mean, what you are seeing here is the internal struggle of the entrepreneur. A lot of people out there will run their own businesses, and they will be having these very conversations with unsatisfied customers. You know, I could give you 20 testimonials of people who received my products and are very, very happy with it. They're having the best sex of their lives, and, you know, that their life has taken on a whole new meaning. Unfortunately, we've just got one that just slipped through the net there. What I might have to do is just make sure that we sift through those a bit for quality control, Ellie. That's what we might have to do, because what we don't want is, you know, especially if we actually find out that she went to Brenda's website and got her stuff from there, and actually I'm getting tainted with tainted with Brenda's sticky brush. Do you know what I mean? Well, this has been lovely. This has been episode 4 of Calling Kitty. Please do call Kitty if you need anything, if you want to get in touch. Leave a lovely review, because what I might start doing is reading out the lovely reviews. Subscribe and rate and share this podcast. Come and see me live. I mean, as we're recording this, I've got loads of live dates, and they're all on that website. I'm getting ready to come to a small sticky floored venue somewhere near you, somewhere in the UK. And, you know, if you want me to, I mean, I'm actually doing a WI, a Women's Institute talk in Scunthorpe on the 21st of April. So if anybody wants to join the WI just to get involved with that, and get in touch with me. I'm always up for hearing from you, unless you've got a problem with one of my products, because then we will fall out. Okay. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that this has it's just allowed you to just unplug from the bin fire that is the world right now. Kitty, why did you have to mention that? We'd forgotten about that for the last 15 minutes or so. Well, that's good. If I've lightened your load, not like that, Trevor. If I've lightened your load just for a few minutes, then my work here is done, treasures. I will see you next time on Calling Kitty.
Like, follow, subscribe, sign your life savings over to Calling Kitty. Available on all good podcast platforms.